How's it going, everyone? We've got some PlayStation Plus updates to go over in this video, as it looks like potentially another PlayStation Plus classic title has been leaked for PS Plus Premium. We'll talk that. The PlayStation monthly titles, PlayStation Plus monthly titles for Essential subscribers are rolling out right now. I see a lot of negativity towards this month. I honestly don't think it's that bad, but, you know, everybody's gonna have their opinions on Plus Essential, and certainly I've made my opinions vocal, so you guys have all the right in the world to make your opinions vocal as well. And generally speaking, though, I've been pretty down on Plus, and I don't think this month is as bad as some people make it out to be, but we'll go over that. And I do want to highlight some solid physical game deals at the end of this video. Another game will be mentioned at the end that is quite divisive, to say the least. We'll talk that in a little bit, but right off the top, Alone in the Dark PS1 edition is coming to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 as a PS1 classic release. This was picked up by PSN Tracker PS Deals. Generally speaking, these PS classics also are baked right into PlayStation Plus, and even more so recently, they've gone the extra mile with a game like Dino Crisis, where that game is legitimately locked behind Plus Premium, where you cannot buy it standalone. In the past, when the Plus Premium titles were coming out, like a Resistance Retribution, a Legend of Dragoon, those games would be buyable even if you weren't a Plus Premium subscriber, so you could buy them for like $9.99. Let me just double check to make sure that they haven't added Dino Crisis as a Plus, you know, outside of Plus, a buyable title, because that is honestly really whack. Any element that takes away options from the consumer is always a bad thing. And yes, Dino Crisis is still not available to be buy as a PS1 classics that you could buy for $5.99 or $9.99, like Legend of Dragoon is. Let me just make sure as well that Legend of Dragoon is still viable and they did, you know, do some malarkey. Yes, Legend of Dragoon, you can still buy that for $9.99, but I don't know if it's going to be a case going forward that the classic titles, some of them are baked into Plus Premium as the only way to play the game. Like, Dino Crisis was a long-awaited game to be available as a Plus Premium title, so that's why that one's even more unfortunate, that, you know, you have to be a Plus Premium subscriber. And let's be real, a lot of you guys are not going the route of even getting a Plus subscription these days, let alone the top tier subscription. Like, I get it that some of you guys are still subscribing to Plus Extra or Plus Premium, but given the monthly rollout, like, at least anecdotally from my comment section, I just see people unsubscribing left and right. People being like, I'm done with Essential, I'm done with Extra, I'm done with Premium. The most surprising thing is people being done with Essential, because that is required for online multiplayer. So you can see, I think it's because I do have a little bit of an older audience that, you know, you guys are probably more into just your single player games and you don't even want your multiplayer games anymore. God knows that I am kind of in that camp as well these days. Less multiplayer gaming for me, but I still dabble every now and again where it keeps it worthwhile to keep your Plus Essential subscription. But Alone in the Dark 2 looks to be coming as a Plus Premium title, and we'll see if it'll be buyable standalone as well, unlike Dino Crisis. I would have to imagine it is. Like, is Alone in the Dark really going to be that big of a drawing card for people to subscribe to Plus Premium? I don't know, but we'll see. Speaking of Plus, PlayStation Plus Essential monthly titles for the month of November are rolling out right now. You guys, I see a lot of people crapping on this month. Is it really that bad? You got Ghostwire Tokyo, you got Hot Wheels Unleashed Turbo 2, and you've got Death Note Killer Within. Maybe it's me being a little bit too positive about Death Note Killer Within. It is a day one release, and I'm just like, yo, a social deduction game within Death Note, I just find that to be really interesting, and I'm like, yo, cool for them to do it. I think it's a great idea to bake it into Plus Essential right out the gate, but obviously I can see why people aren't that excited about it. Ghostwire Tokyo, on the other hand, I do think is a great addition. However, Ghostwire Tokyo is or was available on Plus Extra. It might have gotten pulled, but it was available on Plus Extra at a certain point. But, you know, if you didn't play it via Plus Extra, if your first foray into checking out Ghostwire Tokyo is via Plus Essential, that's a great value addition, although, yes, the redundancy is always whack. I hate the redundancy when you're double dipping on the multiple subscriptions or the multiple tiers of the service. You know, that is lame, but Ghostwire Tokyo is great, and I would recommend it. Maybe saying that it's absolutely excellent or perfect would be a stretch, but I think it's a legit great game, and I really enjoyed the combat to it. I thought the atmosphere was great. Narratively, like I said, it started off incredibly compelling, and then they totally fumbled the bag by the end, and it's not satisfying whatsoever, but you know, it is what it is. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged also available, so you can check that out. The Plus Essential titles, again, for the month of November, rolling out right now. Lastly, want to highlight some Amazon deals. Alright, this might get me crapped on right off the rip, but let me explain. Forspoken is down to $14.97. Look, I did not think Forspoken was a great game. I didn't even think it was a good game. I think it's an okay game, and there are elements of this game that I did like. I thought the parkour was great. I thought the combat was super flashy, albeit a bit redundant by the end of the game. The elemental abilities look great and all that. It's a visually good-looking game at times, and then there are elements like the character models that look absolutely god-awful in this game. Like, on one hand, like, some of the visual effects in this game look great, and then on the other hand, some of the textures look terrible, so on and so forth. But for $15, I think it's the perfect price to pay. I would highly recommend to just mentally check out of the narrative. The narrative is gonna do nobody any favors in this game. It is so terrible. The characters are so unlikable. The main tandem at the helm of this story is terrible. Like, you think about the great tandems in video game history, Jack and Daxter, even the week Forspoken came out, you had the release of Hi-Fi Rush. Think about Chai and 808, the great tandems in gaming history. And then you have Frey and Cuff, legitimately atrocious. One of the worst, maybe the worst tandem at the helm of a gaming story I've ever seen in my life as far as the games I've played. It is so bad. But from a combat standpoint, from an exploration standpoint, there are certainly elements of Forspoken to enjoy. God knows you shouldn't be spending $70 on it. God knows you shouldn't be spending $30 even on it. But at $15, I don't think it's a terrible pickup, and I would give it a look. So that's my 2 cents on that. I'll also give a shout out to Final Fantasy 16, which is 50% off for $24.97. Fingers crossed that this gets upgraded for PlayStation 5 Pro. This is a game that could absolutely use it, and I know a lot of you guys are down on the Pro in general, but if you know, the console's gonna exist, FF16 is absolutely a game that could use the upgrade, and if it gets an upgrade similar to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with the utilization of PSSR taking the performance, essentially combining performance and fidelity, that would be ideal, because the performance mode in FF16, much like FF7 Rebirth, is really where it gets into trouble. But the game itself, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, it's straight up as an action game. Like, the RPG elements in this game are fairly simple, you know, but as an action game, it's enjoyable. It's got some of the best boss battles I've ever seen in a video game, quite possibly the best. I think from that standpoint, the game is absolutely phenomenal, and the combat's enjoyable. Overall, I enjoyed it. I wasn't crazy about some of the narrative decisions, but overall, I thought the story was pretty decent as well. I like Clive as a character. So yeah, I would say for $25, not a bad deal. They should do a physical release of the complete edition. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. Maybe that'll coincide with the PS5 Pro upgrade. I don't know. And lastly, we do have Sonic Frontiers, 55% off for $17.97. Great deal for Sonic Frontiers. If you guys checked out Sonic X Shadow Generations, and you played Shadow Generations, but you haven't played Sonic Frontiers, the Shadow Generations, the open levels, I guess you could say, the other realm that you go into, the hub world, so to speak, that is taken direct inspiration from Sonic Frontiers, and fundamentally, I see a lot of the stuff that they implemented in Shadow Generations probably going to be parlayed into whatever they do as a follow-up title for Sonic Frontiers, like a Sonic Frontiers 2. Shadow Generations and Sonic X Shadow Generations was awesome, but I can understand not wanting to spend $50 on it. Sonic Frontiers I thought was great. Gameplay-wise, they laid the foundation for something awesome that I think they could build upon. It does have some shortcomings, especially from a combat standpoint, but the soundtrack is great, the exploration is solid, platforming's pretty good. I really enjoyed Sonic Frontiers, and for sub 20 bucks, $18 here, I think that's a damn good deal, and I would strongly recommend it. So great pickup there as well. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a bit of a Plus update. Alone in the Dark 2, seemingly going to be a Plus premium game. Fingers crossed that this time around, unlike Dino Crisis, we'll be able to buy it as well. Plus Essential titles rolling out. I don't think it's that bad, at least comparatively to what a lot of people are saying. Ghostwire Tokyo is solid. Again, the double dipping in terms of it being on Extra and then being on Plus Essential, that's lame, but it is what it is. Death Note Clear Within, day one game is always solid, and you got Hot Wheels Turbocharged Unleashed 2. And then lastly, a couple good deals. Links to everything is always in the description box below. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.